maka hanya haramita shingyo kanji sai mo satsu jin hanya haramita ji shoken gon gai ngu do IS-SAI MYAKU shari shi shiki fu ku fu shiki shiki SOKU ze ku SOKU ze shiki ju sogyo shiki yaku bu nyo ze shari shi ze shoku so fu sho fu metsu fu ngu fu jo fu zo fu gen ze ngo ngu ju mu shiki mu ju sogyo shiki mu gen ni bi ze shin ni mu shiki shogo mi soku ho mu gen ngai nai shi mu i shiki ngai mu myo yaku mu myo jin nai shi mu ro shi yaku mu ro shi jin mu ku shu metsu do mu chi yaku mu doku i mu sho dokko bo dai satta e hanya haramita ko shin mu ge ko mu ngu on ri sai ten do mu song ngyo ne han sam ze sho butsu e hanya haramita ko toku anoku tara san myaku san bo dai ngo chi hanya haramita ze dai jin shu ze dai myo shu ze mu jo shu ze mu do do shu no jo IS-SAI ngu shin jitsu fu ngo ngo setsu hanya haramita shu soku se shu WATSU nya de hara nya de hara so nya de moji SOWA ga Hanya shingyo nega waku wa kono kudoku o motte amaneku IS-SAI ni oyoboshi我らと主上と皆共に仏道上善語道を自法三子一子不子孫部さもごさもこほじゃほろみ。Hello again, it's Eshin coming to you from Japan. This time, I'd like to tell you a little bit about chanting. So in Buddhism, of course, we have a reputation of being chanters. We are stuck in, the pre-medieval period? I was never good at music history. In Gregorian chant, they sang one pitch for a long time, and at some point they added another pitch. Well, we're still stuck. Buddhists are still stuck in one pitch. Sometimes people chant different tones, and we don't really care. So let that be freedom for those of you who are afraid to sing or think you might be pitch deaf, or those of you who have good pitch, musicians or musically inclined, who feel uncomfortable with people singing in a different pitch that sounds unpleasing to your ear. That's not the point. Chanting is just picking a middle part of your voice and intoning a sutra or some other teaching that's worth memorizing and saying over and over so that you get it into your body. For example, what I just chanted for you, or we just chanted together, is the Maka Hanya Haramita Shingyo, or the Heart of Great Perfect Wisdom Sutra. It's sort of the middle piece of a very, very large sutra called the Perfection of Wisdom in 10,000 lines, and it really sums it all up. It's quite deep, although when you hear it in a language you understand, it's not so difficult necessarily to get something out of. Although the way we chant it regularly in Japanese Buddhism and Zen is in its old Chinese form. So Chinese characters, each one gets one beat. Kanji, Zaibo, Satsu, Gyojin, Hanya, like that. But that's in Chinese. Japanese people don't speak Chinese usually these days, so almost no Japanese monk is thinking about the meaning as though they were reading a story. They might know the meaning because of the kanji. We can certainly learn a lot from that. But there's a really great gift. Read it in a language you understand. And for that, I will now read to you the Heart of Great Perfect Wisdom Sutra in English. Now, it seems like English. There are a bunch of names in here that aren't English at all, so you can get stuck on those. I'll mention about that later. Heart of Great Perfect Wisdom Sutra. Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva, when deeply practicing Prajnaparamita, clearly saw that all five aggregates are empty and thus relieved all suffering. Shariputra, form does not differ from emptiness. Emptiness does not differ from form. Form itself is emptiness. Emptiness itself form. Sensations, perceptions, formations, and consciousness are also like this. Shariputra, all dharmas are marked by emptiness. They neither arise nor cease, are neither defiled nor pure, neither increase nor decrease. Therefore, given emptiness, there are no forms, sensations, perceptions, formations, or consciousness. No eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, or mind. No sight, sound, smell, taste, touch, or objects of mind. No realm of sight, and so forth, down to no realm of mind consciousness. There is neither ignorance nor extinction of ignorance, and so forth down to neither old age and death nor extinction of old age and death. No suffering, no cause, no cessation, no path, no knowledge, and no attainment. With nothing to attain, a bodhisattva relies on prajnaparamita, and thus the mind is without hindrance. Without hindrance, there is no fear. Far beyond all inverted views, one realizes nirvana. All Buddhas of past, present, and future rely on prajnaparamita and thereby attain unsurpassed, complete, perfect enlightenment. Therefore, know the prajnaparamita as the great miraculous mantra, the great bright mantra, the supreme mantra, the incomparable mantra, which removes all suffering and is true, not false. Therefore, we proclaim the prajnaparamita mantra, the mantra that says, Gate gate paragate parasamgate bodhisvaha. And there at the end, we input what in Japanese is called an echo, where we dedicate the merit or the meaning of our recitation to us as a community, if we chant with a community, or as an individual, sending up good vibes, positive energy, hopes, wishes for someone. First, in homage to the original teacher, Shakyamuni Buddha, if you identify as a Buddhist, and then after that, to the people who you care about, which in the case of what I said, merit of this chanting is offered to all beings that we may together attain the Buddha way, is basically what I said. And it's a perfectly fine way to send off the good vibes of chanting. And then at the very end, there's a thing in Japanese we call ryakusambo, which is very interesting. I'm not sure how to describe it. Let me just read it. So, Jiho san shi shifu shison sa moko sa moko hoja horomi in English reads, all Buddhas throughout space and time, all honored ones, bodhisattvas, mahasattvas, wisdom beyond wisdom, maha prajnaparamita. So there's a lot to unpack. You're welcome to chant along with me. The chant is in the description down below. You can chant along with me in Japanese, or you can read the text as I've given it in English as well. There are people who chant this in English, and I think that's perfectly beautiful. I can't say that I'm very good. I'm quite out of practice. I used to practice chanting this in English when I lived in the United States, but since I've become a monk here in Japan, that doesn't happen anymore. I only ever chant in Japanese, so I would not like to steer you wrong if my interpretation of the rhythm of the words was a bit wonky. And then you went and joined a sangha somewhere and you're like, wait a minute, but eshin chants this way, we should chant that way. No, 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 no. When you go into a temple, be like that temple. In English, we call it, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. But in Japanese, it's go ni itte wa go ni shitagai. But either way, I'm rusty on that, so I'm not going to chant this in English. You might be wondering, what are all those weird Sanskrit-y sounding words? Well, they are probably Sanskrit words. To begin, Avalokiteshvara, incidentally, is this person standing behind me in this painting. Avalokiteshvara is a bodhisattva of compassion, deeply practicing prajna paramita. What is prajna paramita? Go watch some of my other videos where I give a long-winded, in-depth explanation of the perfection of wisdom, because that is prajna paramita. It literally is zazen, doing silent, still, sitting meditation. That's the perfection of wisdom, to put simply. So Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva, while practicing zazen, clearly saw that all five aggregates with which we create our self-identity are empty, and thus relieved all suffering. And Shariputra, who is Shariputra? What is that? That's a name of a person. That was a student of the Buddha. So in the story, Avalokiteshvara is teaching something to Shariputra. And then there's another one, Gate, Paragate, Parasamgate, Bodhisvaha. This is a mantra. Lots of times at the end of sutras, there may be a short verse where the sort of legendary sort of way of understanding it is that assembly of syllables contains the merit and potency of the entire sutra. And therefore, one might say, just walking around going gate, gate, para samgate, bodhisvaha, gate, gate, para samgate, bodhisvaha, is just the same as chanting the entire Heart Sutra. Although the Heart Sutra isn't all that long, so just chant the whole thing. But that's a mantra. I think everybody kind of knows what a mantra is. It's something you repeat, which can have a sort of an effect on the way you think and feel, and in that way can be useful. If you'd like to chant more, you should say something in the comments, and I'll add more chants of other sutras. For now, you get the Heart Sutra. Enjoy. And if you'd like to support this work, please see the link in the description down below to drop a coin in my digital begging bowl. And if you'd like to ask questions, you can send me an email at askeshin@gmail.com, askeshin@gmail.com. Please treasure yourselves.